Every week The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild gets closer, Nintendo teases us with bits of information regarding the game. Over the past week since my last video, Nintendo has dropped one new screenshot, one concept art of that screenshot, a hint to where this game fits in the timeline, and a quick rundown of the development cycle Breath of the Wild went through. Unfortunately, because of my full-time job, I wasn't able to cover all of this news during the week. So before next week rolls around, I decided to give you guys and gals a quick roundup of what happened last week in the world of Breath of the Wild. We'll tackle the development cycle for Breath of the Wild first. This news comes from an interview series producer Eiji Aonuma had with French website Le Monde. During the interview, Aonuma revealed that Breath of the Wild has been in development for roughly 4 years and has had 300 staff members working on it off and on. This somewhat aligns with what was said by Miyamoto last June during a shareholders meeting. He stated that the game had been in development for over 5 years and at that point had 100 staff members working on it. In terms of development time, I'd go with what was recently said by Aonuma, but that's just me. More was covered in that interview, but I don't want to spoil anything, so go check it out in the description below. One other interview I'd like to mention is the one Aonuma had with GameCult. In the interview, GameCult asked if Nintendo used external playtests to get outside opinions on Breath of the Wild. Aonuma said that they actually did use a company to conduct tests on the game. He goes on to say that they also used employees that were working on different projects to get their opinions on Breath of the Wild. With all of these people playing the game, Aonuma and his team put together a program to display a map of the game on which 100 players' paths take place in real time. Using this tool, Aonuma was able to see where people were going and why they were going there at certain points in the game. This allowed the Zelda team to see patterns in playstyle, where people were going and where they weren't. In order to change it up, Aonuma said they took places no one was visiting and made them more interesting, changing paths and topography for easier access. I'll leave it at that though, because there is a ton more information in that interview. Check it out down in the comment section below. Now we move on to some timeline talk. This question has been killing many of us, including myself. Aonuma once again said he's saving this one for when we play the game, but he did give us a hint. Remember that woman's voice during the Switch trailer of Breath of the Wild?
The history of the royal family of Hyrule is also the history of the Calamity Ganon, a primal evil that has endured over the ages.
Aonuma said this quote should give us a rough time frame for where this game takes place in the timeline. We're stepping into some major spoiler territory. I'm not going to give my thoughts on this one as I'm waiting for the game to release, but feel free to let me know where you think this game fits in the timeline down in the comments section below. Last, we have the new concept art and screenshot given to us by the official Legend of Zelda Facebook page. In the screenshot, we see the same village from the Life in the Ruins trailer, just in a different perspective. We see what's possibly the village leader's house in the center with waterfalls behind it. On top of the house, we see the Sheikah Eye, as well as on the blue banners underneath it. In front of the house is an NPC that looks to be guarding the stairway leading up to it. Over to the left is another house, and to the right of that, in this pond, is a small version of the Hylia statue, similar to the ones found in the Temple of Time. Another NPC can be seen standing in front of the pond. Is this a Sheikah village? Possibly Kakariko village? Onto the concept art. We see the same building that was in the screenshot before. Here we can confirm that this is in fact the Sheikah Eye symbol on the banners and on the top of the house. Again, we see a character standing in front of the building guarding it. The left shot shows a building on a higher peak with a staircase wrapping all the way around it. Personally, I would have liked to see the design on the left make it into the game. The Sheikah Eye symbol in this concept art again points towards this being Kakariko village, or maybe the hidden village the Sheikah were banished to. Either way, I'm more than ready to find this place and figure out every secret it holds about the Sheikah tribe. So that's all the news I wanted to update you on this week. Feel free to let me know what you thought down in the comment section below. Hope you all enjoyed. Peace out.